chicken ticker, and also platoon up with Slayen. Now Slayen's been playing games with me for a long time, so we got back together and decided that we're gonna platoon to grind the WZ-111. Now you can see that I can't grind the British and the Japanese because I don't have the tiers for them, and also even if I do manage to get my hand on the Centurion, I doubt I do enough damage to complete the mission. So let's talk about the waffle. Now I've only got like 30 games under my belt on this tank, and I have to say that it is perhaps not that OP after all. Now there is this thing that going around, you know, saying how OP this thing is, and they nerfed it. Well, after they nerfed it, they still said it's still OP. Let me just clarify. In my opinion, it is so imbalanced if and only if you get clipped from full health, right? That is the only time you feel like it's so imbalanced. Now I'll tell you, it doesn't happen that often at all. In fact, out of the games I've played, I barely ever actually had a like those sort of wins in a row where you feel so satisfied that your guns is so good. No, this tank is not that good after all, for a number of reasons. You know you get the best view range in the game. It might look like that in paper, but trust me, you get spotted before you spot them. Almost guaranteed. Now look, it's so big, and all I have to do in that 57 seconds is to just run away. Run. That's my only hope. And the thing is, not only that you get spotted, you can get shot by almost everyone on the enemy team. The enemy artillery is going to be on you without any problem. He would be definitely 100% zoomed in on you. That is a definite. And oh, this gun does not have the highest penetration of the tier 10 TDs. In fact, one of the lowest. As we're gonna show, I try to go for a lower plate. Got unlucky. Got his Capolo the second time. Aimed for his Capolo, missed again, and there goes the artillery round. Hits me, but only doing splash. So I shall feel very fortunate that time. And this IS-3, I have no idea what the hell is he thinking. He's very, very strong, and you can see breaks my gun, and it's really not that strong of a tank unless you get the perfect opportunity, which I am hopefully going to show you from time to time. But it's not easy to play by any means. If you get a noob, okay, or just a guy who doesn't understand the game mechanics, you are so dead in this tank. It's so frustrating to play if you don't understand how to play it, how to play this type of tank. And it's so good once it works, when you get the ideal situation, but that ideal situation does not come that often, at least not as often as you would like to have it. And sometimes you can have dog shit games where the second you get spotted, the whole team just kills you, and there are times where you get outplayed so hard because you're trying to make all of your 5 shots count, and all they're gonna do is just plunge shot after shot into your what's it called, turret, and you cannot return fire. And if you hurry up and return fire to hold down an American tank, you're not gonna pen him, and he is gonna pen you every single time. So yeah, unlucky that didn't kill him there, and second time unlucky. So you can see that this tank is not really that awesome after all. But if it works, it is awesome, and in this game hopefully I'm gonna show you how awesome it is. And this is like my 5th game probably, so I'm like, oh shit, this is hard to play. I do have an idea of how you play it. You literally have to camp, have your teammate as backup. So I was like, Slayen, you need to help me, and I'm just reloading. Only done 2,000 damage and broke my gun 2 times already. And that's what you get in the waffle. Your gun literally breaks so often, and you get spotted by literally everyone you see. If you see them, they will see you. And as soon as you get spotted, artillery, the whole enemy team is trying to get shots on you. It's those tanks. It's so frustrating from time to time. I do not recommend you to play this if you're statistically not good. That's how I just have to say it. I don't want to put it that way, but trust me, it is not easy to play at all. Especially when people spam HE at you and you're just screwed. But then you get those times where all it does is take 2 shots to execute that E-75 there, and easily enough to execute him. Lava, sad isn't it? You can just do this to somebody, and this is just why you like this tank and why the lava might be like, oh, this tank is so not balanced. Oh my god, this thing is not balanced. It's like the two extremes you would get in this game. You have the best like rate of like the best burst damage of all was it autoloader tanks, but you have like one of the longest reloads, probably only beaten by the Batcha RT. And imagine you get ammo rack in this thing. Ooh, it's not fun. And you can see that I'm on 3 kills, so is Slayin, and I'm like, well, we can finish this game with a nice GG. Just let me kill that E4 there, and I can easily probably get Ace Tanker. That was what I was thinking about. You'd be surprised how easy it is to get the Ace Tanker. So I was like, okay, got plenty of time. Don't be a hurry and execute him. I was like, come on, come on, come on, come on, and bam, HE round took me out straight away. Holy crap! But I did, 6,000 damage, and Slayton's like, what the fuck, man? You lost the BIA there, and he HE up, and that was Ace Tanker, believe it or not. That was pretty easy. Now let's get to the next one. Next game is actually better than this by far. In the waffle in this game, and I just watched my own replays back, and when I record it on Bandicam or whatever, Fraps or whatever, it doesn't come as good as I view it on my own screen. But when I watch Jingles and Cricket Baby, their video qualities are always so good, and I basically try to figure out how to fix it. I tried various ways, like for example, changing the settings to maximum bitrate I could possibly get on the Bandicam and stuff like that, but it still doesn't look so spectacular. So if you can tell me how to fix it, I already fixed the resolution problem. That is the rendering software I use is not the ideal setting, and boom, Saiyan puts a shot into the Tiger, and okay, I just failed my first shot. And you can see this sort of tank, for example, if you're on Lakeview, it's going to be very difficult tank to play, because in the first minutes you'll be reloading, and that's when mostly tanks get spotted. F3, I didn't pen him, and shit. T69 spamming heat, and that's not good, so I'll go for a reload. Reloading in this tank is painful. You literally have to wait and see whether if the enemy is gonna just obliterate your tank or what. And Satan somehow dead. I was like, what the hell? What the hell happened? I didn't even see that one. And fast forward a bit, and it's only good when you get to unload this thing. It's a total machine. And the thing is, this tank is so hard to like aim your shots, because you're like, okay, I can't afford trading with him, I can't do that, I can't do this, and so you end up with shots like this coming up, and holy shit, this tank is good at doing that. Mouse comes up, you can just pen him easily on the gun side turret like that. So for those of you who doesn't know how to pen the mouse, it's pretty easy. It's actually one of the easier tanks to pen in the game if you have high enough penetration, because the armor is quite flat on the turret, and you almost, if you have 250 plus pen, you should be able to pen that thing pretty reliably. At least 300 pen is definitely enough to pen it. So you get a lot of like Object 140s spamming APCR, just the standard rounds into the cheeks, and you pen them. But you could, for example, in the T54 load the heat, and it literally goes in like so easily. FE took his time, and I need to report the KB4. So useless, absolutely useless person. Now you can see our IS4, he is going to play one of the key important roles in this game, and such long reload prevents me from cleaning them up, and I need to clean them up, otherwise it's going to take me forever to get to the cap to reset. And shots like this you can't really afford to take because you only got 5 rounds. You really want to make them really count, and somehow bounce on the T69. He spams heat, but I don't give a crap. Just check out my burst damage compared to his. So I'll wait until I try to use my last round, but it seems unlikely nowadays. And our hero in the IS4 is gonna save the game, literally save the game. Now I go for a reload and hoping that someone will reset the cap before we get there. It seems quite unlikely that we're gonna win at this point because look how many people they got in the cap and still not resetted. Oh, someone resetted it slightly. Oh, and now back to the beginning. And oh my god, what a hero in the IS4. He's just given us enough time to just clean them up, and this is probably so far one of my best Waffle games I played. But as I said, I only played about like 30 of them, and what I have to say is it's not OP all the time. It's not those tanks like the T-57 that's, you know, easy damage and stuff. This thing's not that easy to play, and holy crap, that one had a ricochet. 3 rounds left, gotta make most of it. And oh, boom, there goes the kill, and on 4 kills, almost 5,000 damage. Now this was the first day where I bought it, so it was the discount, and I bet you loads of people bought the Waffle, so the overall gameplay wasn't too difficult to get yourself the ace tanker, and therefore the game before that was the one I showed you there on the desert, and this one is the next game. So I got 2 ace tankers in a row, so you can imagine how, you know, not difficult it is to get it on those days. People don't really do that well in this tank, although it does get OP when you get like just obliterated like that, but you know, it's not too OP. It's certainly hard to play and not easy at all. I don't want to show you the after game stats because it's just quite boring. You can see it on the screen, and it's a tier 10. It doesn't really make money. In fact, it loses money if you're running it on standard account. So hopefully you know how I think about this tank, but I'm certainly gonna get more gameplays out of this, and hopefully we see you next time.